So this is what my short fussy natural hair looks like in its freshly washed state versus after installing my DIY $6 Feather Crochet Box Braids. And guys, this hair ate down. So if you like to save your time, save some coins, and learn how to do your own Feather Crochet Box Braids for life, then definitely keep on watching, because over here on this channel we slay on a budget. Okay. So for this tutorial, you'll need 2 packs of braiding hair, and for me I used 2 packs of X-Pression braiding hair in color 1 and color 33. As for the length, I went ahead and cut the hair into 2, mixed the colors together, feathered out the tips. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Loveth and I am a computer engineer who just loves to do her hair. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because over here on this channel we slay on a budget. Okay. So for our anchor base, you're going to need either the legs of your chair or a bed table. Okay, so this right here is my bed table. Like, I usually use this whenever I'm working from my bed, maybe I'm replying emails or editing and stuff like that. You're going to need a cable of some sort. Please make sure you don't use a cable that you're currently still using, because once we are done with this hair, we are going to cut off the ends of the cable. You do not want to do that with your own cable that is working, because I will not be there. I did not send you. Okay, so please make sure you use a cable that is bad. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is secure the ends of the cable to each side of the legs of my bed table. So the first thing you want to do is take out a piece of hair like so. Place that across your cable. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and pick out a tiny piece of hair and wrap that around the hair about 2 times and make a knot. And for my girlies who are visual learners, don't worry, your girl has got you covered, because I have a detailed step-by-step guide that shows you how you can do your own DIY box braids from start to finish. The guide is so detailed and so simple that even a 5-year-old can comprehend. Okay, if you need a guide while creating this, please go ahead and check out the description box down below. Okay. Once you make a knot, you want to go ahead and insert your crochet needle through the loop of your hair like so. Place the other part of your hair into the hook, close the latch and pull it out to the other side. And once you do that, you should be left with 3 strands of hair that look like this. Once you have your 3 strands of hair, you want to go ahead and make a 3-strand braid to the end, and that's it. This is the only part of this tutorial that was time consuming. If you're a fast braider, or if you have people around you that can braid, I feel like you can actually just lock in a couple of hours and get this done over with. So at this point, as I was braiding my hair, the hair kept on sliding back and forth. To prevent the hair from sliding back and forth, I just used my hair clip to clip it down, and that solved the problem. So I went ahead and measured this hair, and this hair was freaking 30 inches long. Okay, this is like ass length box braids. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another example. Again, you want to go ahead and place your hair across your cable, pick out a tiny piece of hair, wrap that underneath your cable about 2 to 3 times and make a knot. Once you make a knot, you want to go ahead and insert your crochet needle through the loop of the hair like so. Place the rest of your hair into the hook, close the latch and pull it out to the other side. Once you pull it out to the other side, you want to go ahead and make a 3-strand braid and braid that hair until you get to the end. And once you get to the end, girl, your box braids are ready. Meanwhile, if you've made it through to this point and you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I have more tutorials, like more mind-blowing, game-changing tutorials that you wouldn't want to miss. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It is absolutely free. Okay. Also, please do not skip the ads. Every time you skip the ads, your girl doesn't get a dime. Okay, so whenever you see an ad, please go ahead and watch the ad. Okay, just see this as a way of saying, girl, thank you and I love you. Okay. For me, I was going for medium to large box braids. So this is the size of hair that I took out, and this is what the hair looks like. For the box braids, I had a total of 80 box braids. Okay, and this is what the hair looks like. And as you can see, our box braids are looking so pretty. So for this step, you will need a yarn rope or a fishing twine. This is not your regular thread. This is a thread that is used for craft making. You want to go ahead and cut out a piece of thread. Guys, I did not measure it. I just went ahead and eyeballed it. The next thing you want to do is insert your crochet needle through the loop of 2 pieces of your crochet box braids hair. Once you insert your crochet needle, please go ahead and place your twine in the hook, close the latch and pull it out to the other side like so. You want to make sure that you have 1 piece of the twine on your left hand side and 1 piece of the twine on your right hand side. Once you do that, go ahead and make a knot, and once you're done making your knot, this is what the hair should look like. I had 80 box braids, and this part here literally took me about 10 to 15 minutes to do this step right here. So attaching the thread to the crochet box braids wasn't time consuming at all. So once you're done attaching your thread, this is what your hair should look like. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and slide out our hair from our cable. Remember when I said you want to cut off the ends of your cable? This is the reason why you have to do that, because without cutting the ends of your cable, it will be impossible to slide the hair out from the cable. So this right here is where we change the game. This is where we take our regular box braids from box braids to Feather Crochet Braids Pro Max. Okay, so for this step, you will need a flat iron and a silicone heat resistant mat. You do not want to burn your work surface. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is do a sample test by taking out your braiding hair and just running your flat iron through. You want to make sure that once you place your braiding hair in your flat iron, that the flat iron is hot enough to the point where it's able to melt the hair, but not so hot to the point where it cuts your hair in half, like cuts your hair into 2. So if your sample hair cuts into 2 like so, that means your flat iron is too hot. So to fuse everything together, you want to go ahead and pull the part where you have the knotted part of the thread down to the loop of one end of your crochet box braids like so. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and twist the cable about 2 to 3 times. Okay, and once you do that, go ahead and place the looped part of your box braids in your flat iron for no more than 1 to 2 seconds. Okay, and for every time you do this, you want to go ahead and just use your fingers to just kind of like roll the hair, just so that it looks a little bit more presentable. This part right here wasn't time consuming at all. Like, this is me playing this in real time, and this process right here took me about 1 hour from start to finish. And just so you know, this mat as well as my flat iron and every single product to use is linked in the description box down below. Okay, it's in my Amazon storefront, so make sure you check that out. I'm going to put the link, and in case you purchase anything, I do earn a small commission. So yeah, just see it as a way of supporting your girl. Okay. So it took me about 1 hour to melt 80 pieces of the feather crochet box braids together. If you want your box braids to be like bra length, please go ahead and cut your braiding hair into 3. If you want your braiding hair to be maybe like a bob length, please go ahead and cut your braiding hair into 4. Okay, so now that we're done with that, this is what our hair looks like. So it's time to braid down our hair, and guys, after my DIY feather crochet mini twist tutorial, I cut my hair. That's a story for another day, but I cut my hair and this is what my hair looks like. So I'm back to having very short, low, fussy hair. Okay, so here I had just freshly washed my hair and I went in with my leave-in conditioner. Recently I discovered that the last batch of Shine and Jam that I bought with my own money turned white on my hair, and it even flared up my dandruff. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to use Shine and Jam. I'm going to go ahead and use my regular Blue Magic hair grease. Okay, and my hair felt so moisturized. I felt like I was actually giving my hair something very healthy to absorb. So I'm currently on the lookout for a good braiding gel. So if you are a brand and you have your braiding gel that you want me to try, please go ahead and send me an email. Also, if you have your recommendations on what kind of braiding gel to use, I'll also like to try it out as well. So please go ahead and leave your recommendations in the description box down below. I don't know why my chair is making so much noise, but if you hear my chair doing screw screw, please ignore that. Okay. After sectioning out this part right here, which is like my leave out area, my lights went off and I just went ahead and continued braiding my hair regardless. I went ahead and made individual braids around my parting area because I'm going to go ahead and make cornrows underneath each individual braid, and this is just going to give us that illusion when transforming from our individual box braids to our DIY feather crochet box braids. So for this step, all I did was take out one of my braided pieces of hair like so and just did regular cornrows down to the end. And because my hair is short, I went ahead and added a little bit of my braiding hair just to make sure that my braid pattern is solid. Okay. So for the front of my hair, all I did was do individual braids around my parting area and around the first 4 pieces of hair that's like directly above my forehead, and this is what my braid pattern looks like. So for the ends of my hair, I just took out these mini rubber bands and put everything together in one anchor braid and tucked it underneath my cornrows. And to pull it out, all you have to do is just look at the back, pull it out, and you'll be good to go. And this is basically how you loosen this hair. Okay. Also, the same way I have affordable hacks for hair is the same way I have hacks for skincare, makeup, my personal hygiene, and I want to actually go into creating content like that because let's be real, I really love creating hair content. But then I feel like I'm limiting myself because I have so much to give, which I feel will be so beneficial and so helpful to other women of color out there. So with that being said, in my next tutorial, I'm going to be doing a maintenance hygiene routine. I'm going to show you guys how I do my hair, my nails, my lashes, how I do everything at home for little to no amount of money. Okay, so please make sure you guys watch that tutorial because this is me trying to put my feet out there. I've been doing hair for so long and now is the time to kind of like spread my wings out. I'm not like leaving the hair niche. I just want to do things that I enjoy. I feel like hair is just one of the many things that I've been so blessed to do that has saved me a lot of money. So with that being said, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so that when I post my DIY maintenance hygiene routine, you guys will be the first to know. So at this point, it's time to go ahead and install the hair. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is insert your crochet needle underneath your cornrows like so. Place the threaded part into the hook, close the hook and pull the crochet needle out to the other side like so. Slide the threaded part down to the end of your crochet needle. Take one side of your braided extension, place that in the hook, close the latch and pull it out through the loop of your hair and make a knot. I'm going to go ahead and insert my crochet needle about 1 inch away from the box braids beneath. Place my hair into the hook, close the latch and pull it out to the other side, and this is how you install your feather crochet box braids. Like, girl, this is amazing. I feel so happy that every time I want box braids, all I need to do is pick up my DIY feather crochet box braids, pop them back on, and I'll be good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys a couple more examples and I'll be right back. This is a game changer, believe it or not, because I don't have to come back and sit down and braid my hair every time I want box braids. So please do not leave this tutorial without leaving a like and without subscribing if you want to see more tutorials like this from me. Also, don't forget to check out the guide in the description box down below. It's very affordable. So So I went ahead and did this around my hair. One quick advice, please make sure that you install your DIY feather crochet box braids around where you have your parting area. Like start from the front and walk towards the back, just so that if you don't have enough hair, you're not left with too much hair at the back and little to no hair at the front. Okay. So I also went ahead and inserted my crochet needle to areas where I felt like I needed to do actual braids to cover up for those areas, because it felt like really sparse, which is what I did right here. And guys, this hair was beautiful. This hair ate down. The amount of compliments that I got, like, are these individual braids? And I'm like, no, these are feather crochet box braids. And everybody was like, what do you mean feather crochet box braids? Please, where did you get them from? And I was like, I did this by myself in my house. Okay, like guys, it felt so good. So for my liver area, I decided to do individual box braids just to create the illusion that I have box braids all through my hair. And to do that, I went ahead and parted my hair. Guys, my parts would have been crisper and clearer if I had used the braiding gel, but I just went ahead with my Blue Magic Organics hair grease. And I wouldn't lie, in as much as I loved the fact that I was actually adding something that was of more benefit to my hair than using like braiding gel, I just missed how crisp and clear my parts would have been if I had used braiding gel. So please put your girl on, okay? We don't gatekeep here. So please let me know what you guys are using, because like it irks me every time I braid my hair and the hair turns white. It just makes me so angry. Okay, so I went ahead and used these mini rubber bands to band my hair. And once I was done with that, for each individual box braid, I took out the rubber band and made a 3-strand braid like so. This hair was beautiful. This hair ate down, and I felt so proud of myself that once again Loveth Picks invented the game on how to do feather crochet box braids with X-Pression braiding hair. If you go ahead and recreate this tutorial, please go ahead and give me a shout out. Okay, there's no point trying to steal my work. All right, let's learn to build a community of black women who will not only come up with these things but also look out for each other, because we rise by lifting others. Okay. I just went ahead the next day and laid down my edges using my got to be glued invincible black gel. And I also went in with my Lotta Body styling mousse just to kind of like marry my hair and the braids together even more. Wrapped that down with a scarf and allowed it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. And while the hair was cooking, while the hair was marinating, I went ahead and applied my favorite hair sheen, which is the Cantu oil sheen. Guys, I felt so heartbroken because like this can was literally empty. So Cantu, please, if you're seeing this tutorial, please send your girl a replacement, because it's not just a sheen spray, this is a deep conditioning sheen spray and I love it hands down. So please guys, help me go ahead and tag Cantu in the comment section. As for my bedtime routine, all I did was put the hair in a ponytail and just wrap that into a bun and tied my hair down with a scarf, and that was all. As for taking out the hair, all I did was locate my anchor braid at the back of my hair, pulled it out, unravel the anchor braid, and the second I started loosening my cornrows, the hair just slid off like butter. Okay, as you guys can see, this was so easy. For the front of my hair, because I didn't have plans to reuse the braiding hair that I used at the front just for where I had my leave out area, I went ahead and cut it close to my hair, and because my hair is short, I didn't want to go ahead and start like unraveling the hair. However, if your hair is long, you want to go ahead and unravel the braids. But for me, I have a lot of braiding hair and I didn't care for the few 10 pieces of braiding hair at the front, so I yanked them off. Okay. So I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. I got so many requests from you guys on how to do feather crochet box braids, and I was so happy that once again I was able to give you guys what you guys requested. If there's any hairstyle you'd like me to recreate, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Till then, bye guys. Mwah.